Hello, everyone listening. Welcome to another Jackie Speaks Live. My name is Jackie. If this is your first time coming across one of my videos, welcome. My channel is dedicated to helping people who are in recovery from narcissistic abuse, um, especially people who come from narcissistic families or grew up in a narcissistic family dynamic and they were essentially the scapegoat. This will help you unmask the narcissist, shattering false beliefs about them, about you, and about the world, and getting your life back on track, which is something that is definitely part of the healing process. So, if this is something you're interested in, please stick around for the rest of the live or the playback if you're watching after I've gone live. I usually go live every Wednesday at 1:30 PST, but today I'm going live on Friday. So yeah, I couldn't go live on Wednesday, so I'm here today on Friday. And I missed last week's live. This was supposed to be last week's video, but we're here now. Yes, so staying on topic. In today's video, I want to briefly discuss how to cut off the narcissistic family. Now, before you physically walk out on them, leave the door, go no contact, or even after you've walked out and gone no contact, you still have to cut emotional ties and any sort of guilt you might be feeling for leaving them behind. There's a lot of mental and emotional adjustments you have to make in order to feel like it's okay for you to leave, it's okay for you to put yourself first, it's okay for you to walk away from your family and essentially never speak to them again. So I have 5 points, I think. Yes, 5 points that you should consider when leaving or walking away. This will really help ease any sort of guilt or confusion you might be feeling and make it easier for you to walk out. As you physically walk out, mentally and emotionally, you're okay with leaving. Number one, you don't owe them anything. Yeah, I mean, a normal family, they're supposed to be there for each other. You know, you can rely on them, you can depend on them, blah, blah, blah. But in this situation, this is a family that has essentially abandoned you from day one, right? Especially if you're the scapegoat. They never really were looking out for your best interests, for your needs. These people mistreated you most of your life. So you can walk out. In fact, it's the best thing you can do for yourself is walk away and leave them behind. You do not owe them anything. You do not owe them loyalty to stick around. You do not owe them, you know, helping pay their bills. They probably never did anything like that for you. You do not owe them anything they never did for you, right? So never feel guilty or like you need to stick around or you owe them. Like I owe them, but they're my family. No, think about the times how they treated you, the times they hurt you and mistreated you, and you know how they weren't a family to you. So how are you going to go and try to be family to them when they were never that to you, right? So they set that standard from the beginning. So you can walk away knowing that you don't owe them anything whatsoever, not your time, your energy, your resources, nothing. Number two, stop feeling guilty. It is your duty to put yourself and your needs first. It is not your duty to put up with people's abusive behavior just because and feel guilty when you're not being abused. You have nothing to feel guilty for, especially when you're running away from a toxic, abusive family system. Leave them to deal with each other and their own um, toxic situation they've created for themselves and walk away without feeling any guilt. Like I said before, you do not owe them anything. Choose yourself first. Choose your life, your sanity, your peace first, and walk away. And don't ever feel guilty about it. Again, like I said before, you're leaving people who hurt you, who took pleasure in seeing you in pain, who blamed you for things that were completely out of your control. What do you have to feel guilty for? Nothing. Number three, they will never change. The narcissist is who the narcissist is. Any effort to change goes beyond what they can do, right? In order for a narcissist to change, it would take so much work and so much effort that I don't think there's a narcissist out there who's willing to put that much effort into anything, let alone healing. And secondly, they think they know better. They think being a narcissist makes them like an apex predator, like they're above everyone else. So why would they want to fix it, right? Which, by the way, is completely wrong, but that's just their ego talking. But think about it. If you thought you were the apex predator, the most dangerous being in the ecosystem, right? And someone says, oh, well, you need to change because you're hurting people. You know, most people wouldn't because they're at the top. Now, the narcissist is not at the top. That's just their ego speaking. But they think that way. So why would they change when they think they have it made? When they think they have everything figured out? Why change and become like everyone else when I'm quote unquote better than everyone else? So this is why it's damn near impossible for a narcissist to change or become better. So yeah, there's no point in waiting for them. You'll be wasting your time. And staying with them, they'll just give you the same treatment over and over again, the same thing you've always received. Nothing will ever change. They are who they are, and they will treat you the way they've always treated you. That's that. The fourth point, not you have to. It's time for you to put yourself first. If you've grown up in a narcissistic family dynamic and you're a scapegoat, or any of the children, in fact, or anyone who isn't a narcissist, the enabler parent, the children, anyone, you have learned that everything you do needs to revolve around making the narcissist happy, whatever they want. Everything you have to do has to uplift the golden child, make the narcissist happy. Do what needs to be done to keep the toxicity going. That usually involves putting your needs in the back seat and being there for other people and taking care of other people's needs, sacrificing, constantly sacrificing, self-sacrificing at every turn. But you need to stop. That needs to go away. It's time to put yourself first. Never feel guilty for putting your needs first, for putting yourself first. And they put a lot of guilt into that. You're supposed to sacrifice for them, but never ask for anything in return, right? And if you had to treat them the same way, they would cry wolf. They would cry and say, oh my God, this is so horrible. This is so horrible. One of the quotes I posted on my Instagram said something, I don't remember exactly, but it was, you feed a narcissist the same, you give a narcissist the same treatment they gave you, and they will say you poisoned them, which is true. They can dish it up, but they can't put up with it. So it's time to put yourself first, and you will get retaliation. The narcissist acting like, you did some injustice to them simply by not coddling them, by not breaking yourself in half to make sure that they're happy, just by giving yourself human decency, human rights, and treating yourself like a person. That will offend them. Don't mind them. They think that the world needs to form a circle around them and, bow and treat them like they're some god that fell from the sky. No. Put yourself first. That is how human beings are supposed to be. You can't take care of another person without taking care of yourself first. And this is just normal person who isn't a narcissist. So now there's no need in sacrificing yourself for this person. Don't do it. Always put yourself and your needs first. Do what is best for you and never feel guilty about doing it. And the last point, and I feel like it is a very, very, very important point, is don't seek their validation. When this realization hit me, I was like, wow, I felt so free. Like some sort of chain had been broken. Like I could go and do anything and be anything. This was the first time I truly felt detached from the narcissist. You don't need their validation. And in fact, I'm going to do a full video on this. So let me quickly do a background story on this, and then you might find it, especially if you grew up in a narcissistic family, you might find something similar happen to you, and here's how you can overcome this. So, there was the golden child, and she always received validation for every little thing that the golden child did, right? Oh my God, you woke up today, congratulations. Oh, the bare minimum, always, always. And I used to think that I need to have that sort of response for me to be okay in life, for me to finally be healed and at peace. I need to be at a point where I'm receiving validation for everything. Oh wow, you did such a good job. This is amazing. This is amazing. But when I realized, no, No human being needs that type of validation, period. No healthy human being needs to go into every room and be congratulated and be treated like royalty. No, that's not normal. And when it hit me, I realized, oh my goodness, you're right. We get applause and congratulations and acknowledgement for the things that we do, right? But the narcissist is who they are because they were receiving sort of rewards for things they didn't do, and now they expect that. And now if you grew up in a family like that, you think that that's how the world needs to be responding to you, for you to feel like you're, okay, for you to feel like you're human, like you're surviving, like you're worthy. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. You need constant validation to feel worthy, but that's not true. You can validate yourself. You can tell yourself that you're an amazing, wonderful human being, right? And that's the trick. They keep you hooked, wanting their validation over and over again, being like, okay, if I do this, then they'll validate. Okay, if I self-sacrifice, then the narcissist will validate. If they give them all my money, then they'll validate me. If I do what the narcissist wants, then they'll validate. No, that's not true. First of all, they will never validate you, because keeping you chasing their validation is what keeps you hooked to them. So why would they give it to you? Number one. Two, you don't need it. You're chasing something that you absolutely do not need. You are worthy, you are enough, you are lovable, you are kind, generous, wonderful human being as you are. You do not need this crazy narcissistic person to tell you this. And that is the trick. They actually need you to constantly validate them, and you don't need them. And they think taking validation away from you will break you, but that's not true. And this is the trick. This is what keeps you stuck to them. It's all a scam, and it's all a trap to keep you chasing a person who is literally worthless and can do and give nothing to you. Again, I will do a whole video on this, but stop seeking their valid or anyone else's validation. If you feel like you did a good enough job, that's enough. If you feel like you are worthy enough, that's enough. You do not need people to applaud you every time you walk in a room. That's false. And the golden and so yeah, the, I can go on a whole rant, but I'll do a whole video on this whole validation seeking. But yeah, those are the 5 tips that will really help you break away from a narcissistic family mentally and emotionally, and just free you from this. So I really hope you found this information useful, and I hope you put it into work to help you leave this toxic situation. I wish you guys all the best. And yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna discuss next week yet, but I will definitely let you guys know. I will schedule a live or something like that. I really hope some of you can join me for my next live so we can chat and have a discussion about this. Until next broadcast, bye.